Rockstar gang, what up? What up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Welcome to the Rockstar Report. As always, your host Clay Ropp, and appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Whether you're watching on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, also go follow me on TikTok. Everybody loves good old TikTok. So, yeah, man. Day three was kind of. I mean, listen, it was okay. It was okay. Right. It wasn't like it was anything crazy. Honestly, it was kind of boring for the Carolina Panthers. But I will say I think there was a nice little spark at the end there after at the end of the day, right? With the old Rico Dowdle move, which we'll discuss. I'm not surprised by that because again, I keep telling y'all, all you Panthers fans that think that Jonathan Brooks is coming back like this year, he's gonna take a snap this year. Just forget it. All right. I mean, he tore his ACL, ladies and gentlemen, in the same knee. The only person to ever come back from that, from what I know of, is Adrian Peterson, who was a different breed. And then I think there might be someone else out there. I think there's one more other person that maybe has ever done it in their career. So it's not like those kinds of injuries you just bounce back from. The severity of him straining that one, um, you know, it's very rare that those types of things happen the same knee, at least from what my understanding is. But it happened, and guess what? We had to go out and go get somebody. But we're gonna break down each and every one of those guys that we signed today, and we're gonna talk about them for sure. I'm looking forward to it, man. And then I'm going to give you my overall thoughts so far, at least in the past 3 days, of who I think, you know, like apparently there's some people out there in the NFL world that think that Carolina is one of the most improved teams just from this free agency. And we'll talk more about that here shortly. Again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound that like button, hit the subscribe button. It's literally easy as 1, 2, 3. So simple, easy. Only took a few steps. We got over 52 people watching. Again, I appreciate everyone blessing me with your presence this evening. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, I should say. We are literally almost to the end of the week, ladies and gentlemen. So, but shout out to all you guys out there tuning into the Robstar Report, always coming in and showing me some love and all that good stuff. So I really appreciate you guys coming in here and showing your love and support and everything. I really appreciate it. So shout out to you guys. I greatly appreciate it. All right. So let's get right into it, man. Let's get into this. First off, let's start off with a recap. Let's start off with a day one recap. Okay. Day one recap. All right, let's start off with the day one recap. All right. We got a near miss on the top target, right? We had our eyes set on defensive lineman Milton Williams. And then Williams instead inked a 4-year, $104 million contract with New England. I mean, we missed out on Williams. At first, it seemed like a huge setback. I think a lot of people were just like, man, like, we missed out on Milton Williams. It happens, right? Paying Williams an average of $26 million per year, $2 million more than the Panthers' Derek Brown. I don't think really aligned with our salary structure, but I mean, hey, the Patriots was armed with the most cap space in the league. Simply had more financial firepower to seal that deal. Another thing is off of day one, Evero landed a defensive chess piece, right? Gets enter in Trayvon Moerick, who right now to me is my favorite signing of the of the free agency. Like Trayvon Moehrig is a rising star who brings a physical presence, especially in the run support, solid coverage ability, definitely a significant boost to that secondary. His the best thing is about his value is his versatility and in this scheme that Evero is going to be able to use, right? Um, but we're not done, right? I don't know if they're going to be done with the safety room. They might rock it out with Damani Richardson. Maybe they go out in the draft. They go at number 8. They get Malachi Starks, or they go and get Nick Amanawari in the second round, or they go and get Lathan Ransom out of Ohio State. In the third round, something like that. Maybe they'll go out and get a safety, another one. I think at some point. But then the whole reinforcements on the defensive front, right? You add a former 2-time Super Bowl champion in Tershawn Wharton. You go out, finally get a true nose tackle, Bobby Brown III. A lot of upside with him. Probably, I think, one of the biggest sleepers in our signings, honestly, because he's only 24 years old the last time I checked. So, and I think he's extended to have a big role in this defense. You get Patrick Jones Jr. the second, who's only 26 years old, who provides an additional to this pass rush step, has familiarity with DJ Wanum, right? Had a breakout season last year. Who knows? Maybe with Evero's development, Patrick Jones could end up being a sleeper, right? So, the first time I think Evero as our defensive coordinator, Evero actually has a legitimate nose tackle, though, in a 6'4", 332 pound Bobby Brown. All right. I think his presence alone, and I'm going to talk more about Mr. Bobby Brown later on in tonight's show, but his presence alone should free up other defenders to make plays like Wharton and Jones, right, with bolstering this unit. So it's a well-rounded skill set of what we've done now, right? We were aggressive day one, targeting the biggest weaknesses on day one, right? That was the biggest thing that I took away from day one. Day two, you release Miles Sanders, who was a disappointment from the get-go. It was just time to cut ties, right? It was a failed gamble. And here's the thing. You learn from it. It was just a misstep in really Scott Fitter's gamble. That was Scott Fitter. That wasn't Dan Morgan, right? Scott Fitter gambled on Sanders, paying him like a lead back, and ended up basically being a backup, right? You paid a guy lead back money to be a backup, right? Paid him premium money that just produced as a backup level. It's a mistake that we were forced now to correct, and we went out and got Rico Dowdle today. Then you go out, and the same day you get yourself a punter. Apparently, the punter that we signed from a PFF standpoint was better than Johnny Hekker, also younger. So I don't really have much to say on the punter. He, from a PFF standpoint, he's better than Johnny Hekker. But I did like Johnny Hekker a lot, right? But then you go out and you sign a versatile offensive lineman, Brady Christensen, right? You bring him back with Austin Corbett, Cade Mays. Makes total sense, right? Can keep that continuity of the offensive line. Last year that we saw, protecting Bryce Young is priority number one. Again, I'm a huge Brady Christensen fan. He was one of the guys I wanted to bring back. Remind me a lot of like an Andrew Norwell, right? I mean, when you look at his breakdown of snaps, it's crazy. He had like over 440 something snaps at left tackle. If I remember correctly, he had like over 1,000 snaps at left guard, played over 240 snaps at center. I think he had over like 60 snaps at right guard, 70 snaps at right tackle. Again, just the adaptability that made him just that invaluable chess piece for the Panthers. And then allowing him just to be that plug and play guy wherever and whenever needed, right? That's primarily how they're going to operate Christensen from the center positions to making 4 starts at the pivot, right? Again, the biggest thing about the Brady Christensen thing is his ability to slide into multiple roles, right? That gives him the much needed depth and flexibility, particularly in a league where, especially on the offensive line, injuries can disrupt even the best laid plans in the trenches. So, you know, they made a priority to maintain that continuity along the interior offensive line this offseason. In addition, resigning Austin Corbett, right? You already have um, Austin Corbett back, got K Mays back. You're ensuring the stability at one of the most crucial units on the field. So huge, huge. So day one, day two, can't really be mad at it. And now we're in day three, right? And you go out and you sign a free agent wide receiver in Danches Cena. Now I don't know. Um, you know, until a 1 year deal, right? I don't know much about him. I had to do some research on him. Sign him to a 1 year contract. Apparently, he's a speedster, right? And apparently, he's like an evolving offensive special teams type of player. Apparently, he's been with us since October 16, 2024. So I don't even remember signing this guy because apparently he's a practice squad player at most, 6'3", 202 pounds. Apparently, kind of found his way on the roster really as a special teamer. And over the course 6 games, he's only logged like 81 snaps on special teams, 19 on offense, hauling in 3 receptions for 37 yards. I mean, his contributions on offense obviously was limited. Value in coverage units, has a depth piece for receiving cores, made him a valuable asset. I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about him. Who knows? Probably just going to end up being like he's probably going to end up just being on the practice squad once again. I mean, that's the way I look at him. You know, it's an okay signing, man. I mean, it's a special team signing or unless somehow the speedster that they say that he is just ends up having like this breakout season in 2025, right? Let me get to some comments, man. I think if we don't sign a wide receiver in free agency, then we draft Tate. Our D line will have a better rotation for sure, Eric. Clay, I think we signed Rico to cover till Brooks is ready. That's why it's only a 1 year deal to me. I think that honestly, Panthers boy, I think they gave him the same deal Miles Sanders. They gave him a 3 year deal, almost a 1 year, 3 year deal, and basically said, prove it again. Prove your worth once again. Because last year he had over 1,000 yards in Dallas. But I think that's the same deal that Carolina was really trying to get Miles Sanders to take, right? Because it's a 1 year deal for $3 million, but if he reaches the goals that they're asking of him, then he'll get the incentives and he'll end up basically making $6 million. It's not a bad move. It's not a bad contract. Another thing, guys, is again, Brooks will not take a snap in 2025 unless I'll say this: unless we make the playoffs, we may see Brooks. If we make the playoffs, we might see Jonathan Brooks back. We won't see Jonathan Brooks back if we don't make the playoffs. That's the only way you're seeing Jonathan Brooks back in 2025, 2026 season. So going out and getting Rico Dowdle, yeah, you definitely need it because the only other running back on this team was Amani Bailey, a guy I've never even heard of. So, at the end of the day, man, like, it's no surprise, man. It is no surprise to me, bro. It was no surprise to me that they went out and got a guy like that. Hold on. I need to fix this thing here. That one's okay. That one's okay. The bubble's okay. Yeah, we'll do the bubble. I just wanted to. I wanted to fix that real quick. Look at what I posted in the Discord. Let's see here. Just put things in perspective. Rico Dowdle. Elusive rating. All right, let's look at this. Let's see if we can visit the site. Take me there. Take me there to the Paradise City. Which one did you want me to share, Zach? The Twitter thing or the screenshot you took? Oh, I mean, I could have posted. I could go over into X and get that one. All right, but anyways, let's move on. Let's get into Mr. What's his name? What was the let's talk about the linebacker we signed, which we definitely need an addition in the linebacker. Definitely, that I feel like that's still one of our weakest links, man. I really do. I feel like he is one of it's still one of our most weakest links on this team. Is the middle linebacker. Not middle linebacker, interior linebacker, I would say, the inside linebacker. I mean, Josie Jewell, yes. Trevin Wallace, yes. But if either one of those guys go down, man, who replaces them? Who replaces them? Like we were talking about that. What after we were talking about that last night? No, like what my top ranking positions of need? You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure linebacker was like number 3 or 4 on that list, if I'm not mistaken. It was definitely in the top 5, right? So that's the thing. Like even though I still think that maybe possibly at the 8th pick overall, Jalen Walker or Jahad Campbell still are sticking in my mind. You also got Michael Williams, who apparently at his pro day actually kind of had a decent pro day. Apparently, overall, based off of edge rushers, based off his pro day, would have ended up like 4th. So, like 4th overall. Ravens released Marcus Williams. Interesting, Antonio. All 3 of Rico. Okay. The new running back play good for Rico. I got to give Dan his flowers because he took $29 million, rebuilt our defense, added a weapon on offense, re-signed key players, put us in a perfect spot to draft less player later, trade back for more talent. True. I mean, that's absolute facts, fan. What's y'all's thoughts on the linebacker we signed today from the Rams on tape? He stops the run well. Yeah, I'm actually about to play his tape right now, ladies and gentlemen. John Ellis of the I tell you what, man, John Ellis if you're not following him on X, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. If you're not following him on X, I have no idea what you're doing. If you're on Twitter and you're not following this guy, like shout out to John Ellis if you ever watch my show. Shout out to you, man, for doing your due diligence, brother. Apparently over added former Christian. So 11 starts, 78% snap shared, 133 tackles. Okay. 133 tackles combined, 15th most among all linebackers in the league. Apparently, his specialty is tracking. And guess what? He does best. Specialty is tracking and stopping the run. Do you see the trend here, ladies and gentlemen? Do you see the trend of what your general manager, Dan Morgan, is doing? I see a trend. I see a huge trend. Like, let's watch his tape and I'll give you my thoughts on him. Because I was watching this earlier. That's Saquon right there. I mean, damn, he got ran over, but he took that hit like a champ. Hey, filled that gap. Came right through the gap. Aggressive. Hey. Good. Listen, the first thing I see about this guy, how he, again, it's what John Ellis says. That's the first thing I see with him. How he tracks the guy with the ball. He goes after the ball. He doesn't look around. He sees where the ball is. That's what tracking specialties do. They see where the ball's going. If it's in the quarterback's hands, the running back's hands, whoever hands it's in, that's where he's going. All right. Nice. And he fills the gap there on that play. Great. And he obviously looks like he's a great tackler, so he must not miss a lot of tackles. That's pretty damn good. And he's got another thing that I do like about him, too. I think probably a lot of people aren't thinking about continuity with Bobby Brown III. Probably played with, I don't know if he played with Evero while he was there. Right? I don't know if he played with Bobby Brown while he was there. I don't know if this guy's been in the league long enough for when Evero was there, but yeah, signed him to a 2-year deal worth up to $30.5 million. Obviously, again, he's a hard nose. You can see he's a high and a tracker, high instinctive defender. Watching even this little short clips of him, high motor player, as you can see too. Definitely adds some experience. Apparently his nickname is the exploding flower. Apparently from the LA Rams, his nickname was the exploding flower. I guess he's a big ball of sunshine. I don't know. Just because of his aggressive yet fluid playing style that you see here. Definitely had, apparently he played at South Dakota State, was a first-time all Missouri Valley Football Conference selection there. He entered the NFL back in 2020, from my understanding. Contributed to the Rams Super Bowl winning season, so he knows what it takes to win. So again, it sounds like Evero actually has some familiarity with him because he did. He's a 27-year-old linebacker, coming off the most productive campaign of his professional career in 20. Let's see how productive he was. Let's go look at his stats wise here. PFF Christian Rose. Boom. By the way, guys, we do have a jersey giveaway. It has to do with the super chat goal. If we reach that super chat goal tonight, man, I will do a nice giveaway for a jersey. And it's a free agent jersey of your choice. All right, so here he is now. Christian Rosenboom. 91 solo tackles, 16th among linebackers. Had 1 sack, 41 assisted tackles, 7th in the league. 0 forced fumbles, 18 missed tackles. So he does miss tackles. Obviously his coverage. He definitely needs to work on his coverage. I'll say that. Looking at that 115.7 passer rating, that's not too good. So definitely needs to get some consistency there. 5 total pressures. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid signing. It's a solid sign. I'll give it a C. I'm not going to give it a C plus. I'm not going to give it a C minus. I'm going to give it a C. And the reason why I say that is I need to see what this guy really can do. I really want to see what this guy can do. I want to see in totality, like what he can fully do. I want to see him if he can really diagnose plays. Can he navigate through traffic better? Right? Can he deliver those big hits? So and it seems like he can, but I want to see him do it in a Panthers uniform, right? Again, I want him to be a guy, if he's not starting over Trevin Wallace or he's not starting over Josie Jewell, I want to see him if either one of those guys went down or when he gets in the rotation, can he make plays even as a rotating player? I need him to be more consistent though, based off of what I'm seeing from this right here, this passer rating at the second level. I need him to be definitely more consistent there. All right. I like it. I mean, we're trying to reshape our defensive identity, but again, I think it's a good move. 2-year, $3.5 million. You're not hurting yourself for a guy who's coming off his best year yet. So I can't be too mad about it. Hey, if he can turn into that, that'd be great, Zach. Should the Panthers look for a wide receiver one? Zach Taylor, who are they going to go get, right? The problem is there's just nobody else out. I mean, most of the unless they go and get Amari Cooper, who's still available, Stephon Diggs, maybe, right? Or you have to go in the draft. And I know there's some Panthers fans out there that want T-Mac. I've also seen some people that want Luther Burden. Trade back and go get Luther Burden. I don't know. There is, but yes, are the Panthers looking for a number one wide receiver? Absolutely. Absolutely. What would you think if the Panthers traded second round pick for Ayuk with the 8th overall pick and get, well, I'm not a fan of that move, honestly. Ayuk can't stay healthy, man. Why am I going to trade my 8th overall pick for a guy who can't stay healthy, who has a massive contract on top of that? It's a $120 million contract. Makes no sense to me. I'm not trading my second round pick for a guy that I could get probably the same caliber player in the second round at wide receiver from a guy like Jalen Royal or Jalen Noel. Hell, even Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State. I'd rather save my 8th pick and save my second round pick and not pick either one of them. I'd rather have T-Mac or Luther Burden than a Brandon Ayuk, a guy who can't stay healthy, who's a drama queen as well. That's why San Francisco almost traded him. That's why they're looking to trade him now. There's a reason why Brandon Ayuk is that's why San Francisco are taking calls for him. There's a reason. I'd rather not. That's just me personally, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Ayuk is a no-go for me. Trade coming for a wide receiver? No. Hey, right, guess who's a free agent right now? Guess who's a free agent on the market right now, ladies and gentlemen? Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's a free agent right now, ladies and gentlemen. As of today, after 4 p.m., Cooper Kupp has become a free agent. And there's a hot market for him right now. What happened? There's a hot market for Cooper Kupp right now. I don't think the Panthers should draft a wide receiver in the first round. Me neither, Zach. I don't want to get a wide receiver in the first round. I think Jalen Noel is a perfect wide receiver that you could get in the second. My allergies are killing me today, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you. Actually, they've been killing me for like the past week or two. Do you like Kyle Williams at Washington State? Could probably get him in third or fourth. Honestly, Lomax, I've been seeing Kyle Williams fall almost to the 6th round. So yeah, am I opposed to him? No. Same thing like Nick Nash. Nick Nash is another one I wouldn't be opposed to. But I've seen Kyle Williams fall all the way to the 5th, 6th round in some mock drafts. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's there in the 6th round. He might be. It just depends on how these wide receivers go in this draft. It'll be interesting. What you think about Elijah Moore from Cleveland? Elijah Moore, guy who could stretch the field. Young, I think he's what, 24, 25. Not opposed to it. I mean, I think his contract's probably like 1 million, 1 year, 3 million. 1 year, 3 million, something like that. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I would not be opposed to that. I mean, again, you adding, and he'd probably be more of a depth piece. I don't think he starts over Coker or Leggett. He might. Obviously that depends on how training camp works out, but we'll see. But I wouldn't be opposed. No more old receivers on this team. I feel you, Max. I'm just saying Cooper Kupp's market value is going. It's not getting higher. I'm just saying, like, the market to go get him right now is hot. Apparently, the Patriots are like the top team to go get him. What do you think about Mo Riggs signing? It's my favorite signing. It's my favorite signing of the offseason so far. My favorite free agent signing. I'm probably going to go and get his jersey, honestly. If you guys help me reach my live chat goal tonight, you could be part of a jersey giveaway. So make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. Watch his highlights. He is one that I think you told me to watch, Lomax. He's on my to-do list. How about that? He's on my honey-do list. on tape to watch. Royals, good pick. Yeah. Royals is nice. He reminds me of a lot of I've seen DJ. I've heard a lot of people say DJ Moore. I don't know if I see DJ Moore. I'm having a mind blank of who I'm thinking he reminds me of. Royals doesn't really remind me of DJ Moore. I don't think he's a DJ Moore. I think he's more like, I don't know. And I had to sit down and look at him. I'd have to sit down and look at him and his tape again. I think Jalen Royals probably reminds me more of like a. I want to say he reminds me kind of like a. I feel like maybe like Amari Cooper type guy. Maybe not. I mean, he's kind of smaller than Amari. Jaden Reed. Actually, you know what? That's a good comparison. Jaden Reed's a good one. I just saw a Jaden Reed comparison. That's a good one. Jaden Reed's a good comparison for him. Let's see what else. Malachi Corley. Yeah, that's another good one. Jalen Tolbert's another good one. Jalen Polk is another good comparison to him. So Jalen Royal in the third, I wouldn't be opposed to. Yeah, wouldn't be opposed to. I wouldn't say he's a DK or a DJ Moore, though. Let's stick with David Moore. How about no? How about no? How about no? Is it worth drafting a defensive back to pair with JC Horn in one of the first 2 rounds, or are there more important pieces to fill? It's a good question, Zach. I probably would say that for me, like, you could go out and possibly get a Darian Porter in the 2nd round. Or maybe you wait to the 4th or 5th round and try to get like a Kobe Bryant out of Kansas, right? Somebody like that. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, but you could probably get like a Darian Porter in the 2nd round if you didn't go and get Will Johnson in the 1st, right? Or a Jahad Barron in the 1st, right? The guy out of Texas. So How do you see the receiver position playing out in free agency? I mean, Marquise, there's been so many guys already off the board. So many guys off the board already. There's not much guys left. There's definitely some guys who are depth pieces. How they're gonna play out, there's no telling because there's so many guys still left over. So, um, Patriots are hot right now, looking to add to their wide receiver room. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Carolina definitely wouldn't hurt them to get at least one more guy, a wide receiver in the free agency. Wouldn't hurt to grab a guy there. Yeah, it's completely dry. It's you're already seeing dust bunnies going across the floor, or whatever it's called. Whatever you see in those Wild West movies. Um the dirt, whatever. I don't fucking know what they're called. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. Honestly, think we get a bit more depth for the defense in the draft, and the Panthers can definitely win the division. It would not be surprised, guys. I would not be surprised if Carolina goes out and they still draft Mason Graham at number 8 if he's there. SG Thomas Fuller is I don't think Fuller's on this team anymore. If I'm not mistaken. I don't think Jordan Fuller's on the Panthers. Pretty sure he had a 1-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. Or is he still on the team? What's his deal look like? Was he a 1-year deal or is he still on the team? Yeah, he was a 1-year deal. He's a free agent right now. Yeah, he's a free agent right now. He's not on this roster. We signed him for a 1-year, $3.2 million. He's not on this roster. Tumbleweeds. Thank you, Daz. I can't even fucking think. So he's not even on this roster. Panthers safety Jordan Fuller. Yeah, it's a 1-year deal. He's out of here. Yeah, I mean, Damani Richardson showed flashes last year. Am I rocking with Damani Richardson going forward, ladies and gentlemen? Absolutely not. No, I mean, here's the thing. I think they go with safety in the draft. This is a strong safety draft class. Honestly, I think a lot of people don't talk about that because you got to think about it. You got Malachi Starks, Malachi Moore. You got Sebastian Castro, Lathan Ransom, Nick Amanawari. I just named like 5 guys right there. I mean, they'll probably go safety, right? Bobby Bowman, right, out of Oklahoma. Like, it's a strong safety draft class. So I could see them just going in the draft and grabbing their safety there, right? To go alongside Morig. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's get back into the whole Rico Dowdle situation because that was obviously the hot signing, the hot last minute signing, I would say, because it basically was last minute, or not really. It wasn't really last minute, but it just can't. It was quick. It was. I didn't honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't expect us to sign him. I did not expect us to sign. Do you think we could still trade for a number 1 wide receiver? Daz, no. It makes no sense for us to trade for a number 1. It makes no sense at this point. You need, I would try to keep all the draft capital I have, and I would try to keep this team young and build it up. So, no, I'd say go try to get if anything, at number 8, go get T-Mac if he's there. If not, trade back, go get Luther Burden if you want a wide receiver 1. Honestly, I think there's some guys in here that, like a Jalen Royal in the 3rd round, that could end up being a wide receiver 1, or a Jalen Noel in the 2nd. You're going to have to get Jalen Noel now in the 2nd. The way his draft stock is absolutely shot through the roof. You know? All right, let's look at some film real quick. I just rather keep all I'm saying is, Daz, is I would just much rather keep my draft picks the way that it is, right? And hammer out the draft. And, maybe, with the first hopefully your first 3 picks you hit on, and the last couple picks, Either you get some rotational players, or maybe you find a diamond in the rough, and maybe as long as you hit on like 3 or 4 year our draft picks this year, I'd rather just cast that broader net and keep the where our draft picks are at right now. That's just me. That's just me, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, this is who made this? Dan Rogers. This is every Rico Dowdle run against the Panthers. You're not going to see anything spectacular here. What you will see is a runner who makes good decisions. Shows swift footwork, attacks north and south with power. Was very effective Sunday. This was December 16th, 2024. So this was against us this past season. So while you watch that, I'm going to talk. So the Rico Dowdle situation, they wasted no time to get the running back depth. Especially when you release Miles Sanders. And on Wednesday, we get Rico Dowdle, as you're seeing here, right? A much needed addition to this offense, right? When you release Miles Sanders, Jonathan Brooks isn't coming back. Now, fun fact, Rico Dowdle is an Asheville, North Carolina native. He's a University of South Carolina product. But Dowdle returned to his home state after 4 years. He returns now to his home state after 4 years with the Cowboys, but he had a career high last year, over 1,000 yards, 2 touchdowns, also 240 yards with three receiving touchdowns. All right. Right. I mean, he's only 26 years old. He's on a 1-year deal with a base salary of $3 million. And again, the incentives potentially push him his contract value up to 6.2. So obviously, for me, I think that given the team needs for us, we need a proven ball carrier. I think this is a sign that could prove to be a shrewd move by general manager Dan Morgan. I think his role in this offense is gonna be. I think he's RB2. I think he's a third down back, right? I think he's our third down back. I think you run first, second down with Chuba Hubbard, rotate in Dowdle every single, on third downs, right? Like you got Sanders out now. Jonathan Brooks is probably going to miss the entire 2025 season unless, we make the playoffs. Now you've got Dowdle, who's going to be that primary backup to Hubbard. Solid chance he could carve out even a bigger role if his production mirrors last season, right? So, the thing is that Rico Dowdle was in Dallas and proved that he is, he proved that he could handle that workload, right? Led the Cowboys. Like here's Dowdle. This was his rankings right here in this post. This was his rankings from week 13 to week 15 from a rushing standpoint. His ability, and he's also a pass contributor as well, makes him a valuable asset. Brad Ezek's system definitely emphasizes the versatility in the backfield. Again, it's a weapon that Bryce Young can use, right? They've surrounded your Bryce Young now with another playmaker, and that's a top priority. So I think the addition of Dowdle makes perfect sense. It aligns perfectly with this plan that we're doing. I think his presence should provide Young with a reliable safety valve, maybe on third downs if need be, even in the passing game. I think also helping the balance on the offensive attack. I like that, right? We know that our offensive line can hold up. His downhill run style, I think, complements Chuba Hubbard, right? I think he's got an underrated burst, could bring a dynamic. I think he can bring a dynamic element to this ground and pound game, right? Again, short term incentive contract, right? Classic low risk, high reward type of situation again, right? There's just yet, the potential upside is very considerable. So again, if Dowdle replicates the success that he had last season, the deal could go down as one of the best bargains we got all this off season. So, I'm not mad about it at all. Dan's cooking. Solidify the D line. Really are setting us for the best player available next month. Wide receiver defense could be priority play round one. What about Chubb backfield? Chubb's not coming here now. They're not going to sign another running back. I guarantee you Carolina will go probably. I would still recommend Carolina just because of the whole Jonathan Brooks ordeal. I still think they go and try to get a day 3 running back. That's just me. Maybe because I've seen guys that fall in the 7th round, like a Raheem Sanders, something like that, or Donovan Edwards, somebody like that they may get in. I mean, also a huge bet by Shul Tootin out of Virginia Tech. Would love to get that guy. But he's more like I want to say a 4th round pick, maybe 5th round pick. So, and day 3 really is 5th through 7th, really. So, yeah, but overall, I can't be mad about it. I cannot be mad about these moves. I don't want to get a running back that early and early. I don't want to get a running back that early. A wide receiver. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get one that early. I don't think we're going to get one that early either. You good, bro? My dog's back here making some weird ass noises, bro. Some weird ass noises, bro. You're good, Daz. You're good. No worries. No worries. That's why I'm here, man. That's why I'm here. Man, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream tonight. Well, if you're just new here, if Carolina Panthers content and NFL content's your bugaboo, man, then you're in the right place. You're in the right place. All right, let's get so my overall thoughts, man. I want to get into my overall thoughts. I'll say this. I think that Carolina is one of the most improved teams following this free agency so far. You're not getting Scatterbo now. Amazing. Rico Dowdle. You're not going to take and go get Scatterbo. You ain't going to get him. Not in the 2nd round. You're not going to go get that guy. Scatterbo. I wonder if that's like Scottish. His last name's Scottish or Irish or what. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Listen, if we wouldn't have gotten Rico Dowdle, I'd say yes. Let's go maybe take a chance at Scatterbo and have the Scat Pack team, right? But you got Rico Dowdle. Again, I think you get a they'll probably end up going to get a day 3 running back, right? But again, I think the Panthers, I'll be honest with you. Overall, I think Carolina has been one of the most improved teams this following this free agency, right? Because here was the thing. We entered this free agency with a clear message, and that was address the glaring weaknesses, right? Across the roster, right? Set the stage for more competitive 2024 season. And we did that just in day 1, man. Just in 24 hours in that NFL's legal tampering period, they made that aggressive statement. They making key acquisitions. They placed them among the league's most improved teams. It remains to be seen, obviously, whether these moves, of course, will translate into on-field success. There's no denying that I felt like our front office, though, has been decisive, intentional. They knew who they wanted. Even with the whole Milton Williams thing, they were able to pivot. They went and got Trayvon Moehrig. Then they go out. They go get who was after Trayvon Moehrig? Was it Was it Bobby Brown that they went and got? It was Trayvon Moehrig, then Bobby Brown? Or was it Patrick Jones? I can't remember. I can't remember how it translated. If I go look at my TikToks based off of my videos. Okay, so it was Trayvon Moehrig, then they went and got Patrick Jones, then they went and got Bobby Brown, and then they went and got Warshawn. Okay, so again, critical holes at all three levels of the defense. You know, you fast forward to the second day, they've already checked off that, the second day they checked off all the priorities, top priorities they needed, right? The only remaining task was adding depth at linebacker, right? Securing another star caliber at safety, which they haven't done yet, but then they got a linebacker at depth. But according to a lot of like insiders I've read and heard, that we've had one of the top 5 most improved teams since the free agency. Now, if you're asking me, that's a great question. Honestly, I think the best teams that have I would say the Las Vegas, I thought they had a great free agency, right? I thought the Chicago Bears, they kind of took a blueprint out of our page book, right? Yeah, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. They, New England, I mean, goes out get Milton Williams, Landry. Who else did they go out get? I mean, I'll tell you what this. New England had a hell of a free agency. I got to give credit where credit's due, man. They built that linebacker room back up. They've got that deep. They got Milton Williams. Like, they got somebody else. But, for me, Trayvon Moehrig was for me, I thought the biggest acquisition, obviously, for us was a Moehrig move, right? The biggest acquisition was the Moehrig move. I think the sleeper out of everybody, though, I think the biggest sleeper will end up being, I think it was actually one of the smartest free agent moves that happened to us. But I think one of the biggest sleepers will end up being Bobby Brown III. Right? And it's the reason why I say Bobby Brown, I think, is going to be the biggest sleeper is because think about it this way. You missed out on Mo Williams, but then you pivot and you Milton Williams. Sorry, I don't know why I said Mo Williams. Shit. I got my NBA got names on my mind, I think. But you pivot from him, you secure Bobby Brown on a 3-year, $21 million deal, far more economical than what you were going to pay Milton Williams anyways, for a player who fills a critical need and is a true nose tackle that you've been looking for. So Brown may not be a household name, but then when you go look at his stat sheet, we watched some of his tape yesterday, 44 tackles last season with the Los Angeles Rams. You had just half a sack over his 4-year career, but his value extends far beyond than I feel like his numbers do, if that makes sense, right? Because you look at him from a standpoint, 6'4", 332-pound guy. It's a classic run stuffer. He's built to clog the run lanes, to anchor the defensive line. That is what we desperately needed. That's what Shy Tuttle was supposed to be, but he's too damn small. He's honestly better off being a backup to either A'Shawn Robinson or Derek Brown. I think he's a better fit there. Will he play better there? That's I can't say. Again, I would have to see on the field. So I think that was one of the smartest moves the roster we made was not signing Milton Williams and being able to pivot and sign Trayvon Moehrig, sign Bobby Brown III, go out and sign Patrick Jones the second, and Tershawn Wharton, right? I think if you make that Milton Williams deal, I'm not sure if Carolina is able to sign the rest of the guys we got. And a lot of these guys, you got to think about it. They're in their 20s. They're coming into the prime. They're 24, 26, 27, right? I think the oldest person might be Tershawn Wharton or Patrick Jones. I think Patrick Jones might be 27, right? Like, again, they're coming into their own. They're coming into almost their prime, right? A lot of upside with the signings that we had. So I think it was smart moves, man. Smart moves. Like each of those players that we signed, I feel like brings a blend of like athleticism. Okay. Brings a little bit of that athleticism, experience. Again, the upside that we hope will fortify this unit, man. That's the way I look at it. Again, you got Bobby Brown III, who offers that versatility, that run stuffing that you need in the interior. While you got Warden, who provides that explosive playmaking ability up front. You got Jones, who adds depth to that pass rushing potential at the edge, right? And then you got Morig, who supplies that rangy ball hockey presence in the secondary, but also is great against the run, who can come down and fill some gaps. I like overall, overall, I'm happy. Am I going to say this was an A plus free agency? No. Would I say that it's a B plus? Yeah, I do. I would say it's a B plus. Or actually, you know what? No, I'll keep it at what I said originally, a B. The reason why I'm going to say B is because again, these are guys that have improved, but still have, I think, a lot more to prove, and they have a lot of upside. So, and honestly, with the only contract that I would say was a low risk, high reward, could be end up being a low risk, high reward, really was, um, so both of them, Bobby Brown and Patrick Jones, both are low risk, high reward situation. Tershawn Wharton, I'm gonna need him with the contract that he got from us. I'm gonna need to see him step up for sure. I'm gonna need to see him have the same year he had with the Chiefs, right? Trayvon Morig, I'm not really too worried about. I think he is a solidified player. I think he's a solidified player, and I think he's an absolute stud. And he's gonna prove that to us this upcoming season. He's one of my favorite. Again, he's my favorite signing for sure. Um, and it was our biggest acquisition. So overall, man, it's not bad. It's not bad. There's a chart showing the Panthers is the third most improved team after day 2. After day 2. I could see that. Yep, we got Mike Jackson back. You re-signed him. Didn't even mention him in the process there. Didn't even mention him in the process there. We got over 120 people watching total. Greatly appreciate everyone joined the live stream. Again, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on X, come on over to the YouTube channel. That's the best way you can show your love and support over here on the YouTube channel, the Rockstar Report. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook. That actually helps out. It goes a long way. I would love it if you guys actually went over and followed me on Facebook so I can start going live on Facebook. I need 100 followers just to go live on Facebook. So if you could go do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Follow me on TikTok. We're on the road to 10K there. We're honestly on the road to 10K here and on the road to 10K on YouTube. 10K on YouTube and 10K on TikTok. So I would greatly appreciate if you guys went and dropped me a follow there. Dad says just seen a Ayuk trade is coming. Where did you see that at? Let's see if there's any news around the NFL right now. Uh-oh. I hope it's not to the Panthers, man. I do not want his contract. Depends on how much it depends on how much they take up that contract. Tylan Wallace gets a 1-year deal with the Ravens. Okay. Let's see. Russell visits the Browns. Cooper Kupp is released by LA. I don't want Cooper Kupp. Let's see. Anything else? Any news? Standout receiver Chase Claypool is still a free agent. Yes, we know that. Besides the Marcus Williams. Let's see who else. Harrison gets a 20 base incentives up to $14 million for his 14th season. Damn, he's 36. Daz, I don't see anything. Let's see what let's type in Brandon Ayuk. All right, and let's see what the latest is as of right now. This guy, there's no way. Mike Musnick says Panthers are getting closer to deal with 49ers wide receiver Brandon Ayuk. Is this guy legit? Senior NFL news reporter for the Dallas General University. I'm about to quote this. Actually, is this real life? There's no way. There's no way. Apparently, all right, if you're just tuning in, apparently Mike Musnick, apparently, I don't know if he's a reliable source or not. Apparently, he's a senior NFL news reporter for Dallas General University of Texas alum. Apparently, he's a loving husband and father. Apparently, he's got accurate NFL news and rumors. It says that Panthers are getting closer to a deal with the 49ers for wide receiver Brandon Ayuk. I don't know how sourceful this is. I need someone to tell me this is legit. I need someone to tell me this is legit. Chargers are signing Mike Williams. Okay. Dad says Bleacher Report. Let's see. Bleacher Report's legit. Well, I know Bleacher Reports are legit, but hold on. Let's see. We might have to stay on this live until this absolutely fucking happens, ladies and gentlemen. If this fucking happens, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to be mad about it I just want to see how the contract's going to work. Yeah, what would be the compensation, all that good stuff. Let's see if this is legitimately true though, because he's saying Bleacher Report. Let's see if we go to rumors. See if we can find. Hey Daz, how about you send it to me? How about you send it to me? Can you push the link up that where you saw this at? Like, what are we giving up for Brandon Ayuk too? That's another thing. Like, if this is legit. Oh wow. Oh, watch this. There's no way. I need to see if this is legitimately true. Like, how am I getting ramrodded for this? Let's see. Few stories popped up. Wait, are we actually getting Ayuk? I don't know. I'm trying to find out if Daz is actually like correct. All I see is reports of us being a top landing spot. I mean, the real Jalen, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if this is legit. Like, this guy comes out, this Mike Mushnick. I don't even know if he's legit or not. Apparently, that is fake news. Apparently, that is fake news. Apparently, again, I don't know where Daz got that from, but that's why I posted on Twitter. Is this real life? Like, is this legit? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, when you go look at this guy's like thing, it's like, is it legit? It won't let me send the link. It says it links to us, Patriots, and New England. But it's on Bleach Report. I'm looking at it right now. All right, let's do some digging, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do some digging. Let's do some digging. Yeah, but look on the date on that, man. I remember there was talks about us getting Brandon Ayuk last year, if I'm not mistaken, last all season. I mean, there's one here from TWSN. That was on Monday. I don't see the tweet. The one that I posted up on there is not legit. Rather a rookie. Yeah, me too. I'm trying to see if I'm doing some digging here. The only thing I'm seeing for Brandon Ayuk is that one from TWSN. I don't see anything for Bleacher Report. Brandon Ayuk. T. Higgins has just followed JC Horn. That'd be nasty. I would, again, if we can make that trade, I would love that. Let's see. Brandon Ayuk, Carolina Panthers. News. Panthers named among top landing spots. How old is that article though? From top landing spots, March 10th of 2025. This is crazy. So look at this. Found this article. There is this article out there. It's by Sports Illustrated. Name one among top landing spots for 25 touchdown wide receiver. Could be Brandon Ayuk. Does say it on there. Sports News has it. Sports Illustrated has it. Could be. Could be. It could be legit. I mean, again, I don't know. It could be legit. I don't know. I'd rather have that. If it is T. Higgins. Big NFL trade incoming. Sports Illustrated. Let's see if anything's coming through. I don't see anything yet. Yeah. Sign on your deal. I tagged you on the Discord. The report on it is about George Pickens. Yeah, I saw another one about George Pickens. Yeah. That's the one I found too. That's the one I found too. Did you see the Panthers are signed out of free Did you see who the Panthers are signed out of free agent? What? Am I the one who has been hearing about T. Higgins rumors? I don't know. Is there what T. Higgins rumors are we hearing, ladies and gentlemen? I need to know. T. Higgins, Carolina Panthers. Any update on that? Any rumors? The last rumor I've heard, I haven't heard anything. I don't know when the last rumor was. So it's a potential suitor. It's a potential suitor. So it's not necessarily saying that it's just a top landing spot. I'm trying to see if there's anything else out there. Apparently, the person that told me to go fuck myself has never even heard of Sports Illustrated. So that's interesting. That's 130.16. When he posted that, T. Higgins posted that a long time ago. The Panthers and Bengals have had multiple brief discussions regarding T. Higgins. Nothing is close to materializing, but Dan Moore and Dave Canales have made it clear they're interested. Patriots. Damn. See, so apparently the source that I did post it is actually not wrong. That's all rumors. Might not be fake. I don't know if this is legit or not. Either way, I don't see any rumors about T. Higgins. I mean, there was one earlier. Um, yes, Joshua. I saw that Christian Roseboom is coming to the Panthers. I already discussed it. Um, again, guys, I don't know. I don't know what to believe right now. Um, I really don't know. I don't know if any of the rumors. Apparently, I had someone just tell me, said fuck, told me, said fuck you to me, and then told me to lock in. But then I showed them a report on the Sports Illustrated, and they've never even heard of Sports Illustrated. So that tells me all I need to know about that person. That's all. That's all it tells me I need to know about that person on Twitter. Not much of a ball knower, I guess. I was just asking if this is a legitimate source, but might be, might not be. So obviously, it wasn't fake news. Apparently, there has been talks about Brandon Ayuk, but then apparently there's been talks about T. Higgins. Um, God, part of me doesn't want to hop off of there here because what if this news pops off? Because now everybody else is posting it. Now everybody else is posting it. That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious because I find it and then someone else posts it. But then I get told to go fuck myself. I think he took his post down. The guy that told me to go to fuck me. Yeah. Oh no, he didn't take it down. It's not fake though. It's not fake. It's not fake. He doesn't even know what the Sports Illustrated is. How do you not know what Sports Illustrated is? It's like one of the biggest sports medias ever. Yeah, so apparently One is coming soon for sure. It's either T. Higgins, somebody's coming. You just sent the link finally. Where'd you send it to, bro? Well, I guess I answered my own question. Someone send you the Discord. Oh, my bad. Let's see what happens, man. I don't know. I guess we'll just see what happens. I'll send you the Discord link now. If anybody wants to join the Discord link, copy, and here you go. There you go, guys. Here is the Discord link. Guys, make sure you drop a follow on Twitter. There's over 144 of you live on Twitter right now. Sorry, I was trying to find some legitimate source for this. So there's the Discord link right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't even Clay, I don't even want to waste your time on that clown. Yeah, I feel that. Guys, make sure you follow me on X, Twitter. Greatly appreciate it. Just to show I've been on the wagon for plus 2 years, I'm going to post about it until he gets paid with us or not. Real Jalen says at Panthers at Rockstar Report. For the love of God. Real Jalen, that's crazy. Thank you for the tag, my guy. Thank you for the tag. I appreciate that. Do we think the trade will happen tonight? I don't know. Earl Locklear says I don't believe it. I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe. Whether it's Ayuk. I mean, we were in the DK trade talks, right? So maybe we are in the Ayuk trade. Maybe we are in the T Higgins trade. Who knows? It's between the one or the other. Obviously, right now you got Sports Illustrated. Go look in the core, look at the comments posted. I don't know how legit he is. If it's Bleacher Report, bro. I don't know. I don't even know who that guy is. Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. I don't know who that guy is, honestly. Brian Maffey. I'm not sure who that guy is. I mean, hey, putting some receiver gloves under my pillow for the wide receiver one for Tooth Fairy. Sweet dreams. So it sounds like some people are going to bed. It might happen tomorrow, man. It sounds like it's probably going to end up happening tomorrow. There's no official sources out there. The only thing that I'm seeing officially that is a source wise is the thing I posted on Twitter, which is that Sports Illustrated article. That's the only thing I'm seeing that's a sourceful as in that TSWN network. That's a true sports network that said that the Ayuk. And they're just saying that Carolina apparently could be in that trade and that Ayuk would be the best fit for Carolina. How true that is and how true it comes out to be, we shall see. T. Higgins, I don't know, man. The way that if we trade for him, I mean, the way we're seeing things, Debo went for a 5th-round pick, right? DK went for what? What did DK go for? Was it a 3rd and something else? What was it? A 3rd and was it a 3rd and a 5th? Or was it just a 3rd-round pick? What was that trade? If anybody remembers, it was a second, just a second round pick. So if it's just a second round pick, it was a second round pick. It was a second and a pick swap. 6th and 7th. Okay. All right, J Pup. So if DK's going for that, and Samuel went for a 5th. I mean, is it terrible to say that? Is it terrible to say that? Um, let's say this. If you can trade DK Metcalf for a 2nd-round pick, do you think you can get maybe you get T Higgins for a 3rd? Or is that too low? Or is that perfect? Is a 3rd round too low, or is it too high, or is it just perfectly right? I'm thinking. Is it too low, too high, or perfectly right? That's a question. Could we get T for a 3rd and maybe like a 5th or like a depth or like a depth piece? See, that's what I'm thinking. I don't even think you have to do that. I don't even think you have to do that. Ah, shit. I didn't mean to send that. I don't know. He balled out last year. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if it ends up being T Higgins, I wouldn't be mad if it was a 2nd, especially since having a late 2nd. I don't know. What if we gave them? What if they gave us T Higgins and we gave them the 8th pick? What if we? Yeah, I know. I mean, the front office there, Kendall. Man, good lord. I'm glad our front office is not like the Cincinnati Bengals. They're just they're fucking that whole thing up there. They're fucking that whole thing up. I'm just saying, man, like I think a third round, and maybe I'm wrong. All right. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would think a third round pick for T. Higgins wouldn't be bad. Our first and a fourth for T and Trey Hendrickson. I would do a second and a fourth for both of them. Or what if we do like a T. Higgins? So what if we swap the 8 for whatever they have? What do they have? Like the 14th pick? They give us T. Higgins. And then, something like that. We swap 8 and whatever pick they have. They have 18. Okay, so swap 8 and 18. They give us T. Higgins. Could that be something? Pick 8 for 17 and Higgins. Is that realistic? I'm not sure. I don't know if that's realistic or not. Appreciate that, Roadmaster. Appreciate you swinging through, man. Thank you. A swap would be fine. So again, I wasn't wrong about the Brandon Ayuk trade. There has been a legitimate source out there. All right. A legitimate source out there. So who you talk about? D's. JM. D's messed up our cap. D's who? Oh God. No, I know it's coming. This guy's gonna say it. He's gonna say D's nuts. I knew it was coming. Yeah. There it is. Yep. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
These nuts. Got him.
I bet you Jay didn't know I had that on me either, though.
Nuts. Got him. These nuts. Got him.
Hey. I knew it. I knew it. I don't even know why I went with that. I don't even know why I even asked. Oh, well. What's going on with Twitter? T. Higgins. Well, apparently Brandon Ayuk and T. Higgins. That has been the big whole ordeal right now. Is it Brandon Ayuk that they're trading for? Apparently there's sources out there from Sports Illustrated, or apparently there's talks Black Mamba that we're talking with the Bengals. And apparently there's a big trade on the loose. I don't know if it's coming tonight or if it's going to be coming at tomorrow. Nah, they would. I seen that joke coming a mile away. Daz, I should have seen it too. My freaking ADHD ass just hop right into that shit. Jay, I'm gonna give you some knuckles on that one, man. That was good. Give yourself a pat on the back on that one. You got me. So I'm giving you some air knuckles on that. But anyways, I don't know, man. I don't know where what we're doing. At first I don't see any of this happening. I hope I'm wrong though. We'll see, man. I don't know. Apparently we've been also a top spot for Trey Hendrickson. We've been a top spot for Brandon Ayuk now. Now there's talks out there about T. Higgins once again. Like, where is this all coming from? Because I don't see any legitimate sources out there. The only legitimate source I see for Brandon Ayuk right now is Sports Illustrated. There's no other. I don't see any other sources that say for T. Higgins right now. I don't see any other rumors for Carolina Panthers and T. Higgins. I've seen a rumor today for Trey Hendrickson in the Carolina Panthers. But I don't see any rumors out there for T. Higgins. And the last time I saw anything about T. Higgins coming to Carolina was like legitimate, like 3 weeks ago. And that was like back in February. So now all of a sudden there's this emergence for T. Higgins once again. The last time we even heard anything about it really was March 4th. I don't see any sources out there. I'm trying to see this whole shit. Big trade incoming. That's the last thing. And that's this guy. I don't even know who he is. I mean, who T. Higgins backwards to the Carolina Panthers. Is Atlanta involved? No, sorry. $883 followers. What's that got to do with anything? I don't know what that's got to do with anything, but okay. Okay, fair enough. But if this is real, I'm surprised it's not getting talked about more. I don't know either. I don't know why that is either. Adam is set to return for a 2020 12th NFL season, finalized a revised contract with the Panthers per sources. Okay. That just came out. So I'll go ahead and repost that. I don't know, man. I'm gonna hop off of here though, guys. I'm gonna hop off of here. Because I don't know what literally is gonna happen at this point. I don't know if I can sit here and I don't know if I can sit here and wait any longer for this shit, man. Let me see what else is going on. What's up? What's up? If you could go back to the 2021 draft at the Panthers pick, would you draft PS2 over JC Horn? Zach, that is a question I cannot answer, my friend. I cannot answer that question. I confirm nor deny. I plead the fifth. So anyways, guys, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream, all 195 of you. We'll find out, I guess, tomorrow if any of this Ayuk or T. Higgins situation is legit. I don't care which one they get. Honestly, no, I do care. I'm not a big Brandon Ayuk fan. I'd rather have T. Higgins because one has less baggage than the other. Ayuk, he has a contract, more baggage than what T. Higgins has, who's really on basically tagged, right? So I'd rather get T. Higgins in my opinion. But anyways, other than that, guys, again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Free agency has just been absolutely wild. Gonna get some shorts out to you. Gonna talk about the linebacker we signed in those, and of course Rico Dowdle signing. Gonna get those out tonight. So just some short clips for you guys as well. Again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Again, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on X, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, X, Twitter, Twix, whatever you want to call it. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. I greatly appreciate that. Follow me on TikTok as well. We'll see what happens, man. Whatever it's a legit source or not, it does not bother me either way. We just need to find out, get down to the bottom of it. I would love to find out who actually is getting what this trade is about. Maybe it's not even the Carolina Panthers. I don't know. Maybe X is just toxic. It is toxic. Let's be honest. It's toxic. Panthers world on X is the most toxic place on earth. So maybe that's just an NFL in general. So appreciate everyone joining the live stream again. Make sure you pound that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place as always, 8 p.m. sharp EST. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Keep pounding, everyone. Peace.